to the songs you've written for artists, the likes of Rema, the likes, and these are all big songs. How do you feel when you sit back, and you listen to some of your works?
It depends on the perspective from which I'm listening to the works. If I'm listening to the works from a creative perspective, I have to create a difference between like the music that I wrote 10 years ago and what I'm writing today. There are changes.
Yeah.
Like I've just told you with this song Bebe, there are changes in the word flow. Now we no longer flow like we used to flow.
Yeah.
So when I listen to Cinderella, for example, my breakthrough song, I feel like, okay, so like what's that? That needs to be changed.
Yeah.
I couldn't write a song like that today. Because if I had to do Cinderella today, it would be more of a... So, but then, it was different.
Yeah.
So that's from a creative perspective. I feel like, okay, I have I've grown in all dimensions, lyrically and melodically and even musically, because I directed the productions. The way I used to direct the artists the other time, that's not the way I direct them today. But if I'm listening from just a listener's perspective, a fan's perspective, like, okay, I think that was creative at that age. I just broke it through. I think that was good. 2010, that's when I wrote my breakthrough song, which was from Kwana Bunyuma. And that song was the biggest song in the country the whole year. It won the Part of Africa Music Award Song of the Year. And when I listen to that song today, I'm like, okay, I was creative. I was creative because it was the first song that I ever wrote.
What has helped you? Because you've seen producers who are comfortable, they are like boxed up. The way they used to produce works 10 years ago is the same way they sound, the same way they arrange their words. And I know for you to be able to evolve, for you to be able to twitch, the arrangement of the music, it comes from somewhere, right? It comes from somewhere. Some people are comfortable with what they are doing and they want to maintain it like that. For you, what has helped you to be open-minded and evolve with time?
I have a proclivity to listening to music from different dimensions. If I listen to a song, I can choose to listen to the lyrics, to listen to the arrangement of the lyrics, to the word choice, to the vocabulary of the singer. I can listen to the song and choose to listen to the instrumentation, to the production. How was that snare done? Check those rolls and listen to that specifically. So you have to develop a proclivity to doing something that you love and actually focus on doing it as better as you can. I've always advised young songwriters that you have to listen to music that is lyrical if you want to be better. Listen, first of all, if you want to better your lyrical arrangement, because for them they write. Okay, a Beyonce song is not just a note.
The word arrangement, the lyrical arrangement, instrumentation.
Listen to that music. The Nigerians have also become better these days. They now have good lyrics.
Listen to their master is something else.
Then if you have to listen to Ugandan music, then you have to go back to the artists, the Kadongo, notably Pablo Café and Edward Malani. Personally, I listened to Café and Edward Malani. I think me and Mose, the late Mose, we had a very big tendency to listening to Power Cafe. Actually, Mose one day introduced me to a number of songs for Power Cafe that I had never heard of.
Yeah.
Told me, man, what do you know, cafe, or do you not just cola?
Yeah.
He's like the Uganda's genius songwriter ever.
There's another lyrical genius.
Yes. So
And also, Eddie Wamala. Interestingly, I've listened to all his albums. Eddie Wamala. So it's right to say, when you say that he's one of the people you listen to was such a gem when it comes to music.
Yeah, he was flexible melodically.
Mm-hmm.
He was calm, and he was so linguistic. He had this richness in his Uganda, which was not proverbical, like you would say Paul Cafe was so proverbical.
Yeah.
He would say words that you don't understand, but they sound so good.
Yeah.
But then Eliwamala had this Uganda, and it's not so. Talk about the focus is deep. Nayengo lava, like when he has, there's a song that it's called Maureen.
Yeah.
It's called Sweet Maureen. It was like omuntu ayagala omuntu ng'oyo. It's a Sweet Maureen. Sorry. It goes like this. Mazima bongana gobeera otya omuntu agaana omuntu nganze omuntu ng'oyo olina I've forgotten, but it's a sweet song.
I think it's Emelina.
No, Emelina, that's so okay. So those are hits. Those are hit songs. But when you listen to his arrangement, like sijja kutuula ndi mu bwangu waliwo akantu kookendese kavudde wa mukwano gwo sawulo gunyagala ennyo okuzaama yakutumidde nnyo nti akwagala akyakubala akuuma butiribiri kye mwanagaana talyekyusa talyejjulula. If you try to have that, you can be a very good songwriter. Focus on when you are writing a song and dropping that line, you have to put yourself from the listener's perspective. Just imagine you listening to Lindsay singing. Okay. Helping you with that, you feel good, like, oh man, that line is dope. Don't write and listen to your own lyrics from your own writer's perspective.
When you are choosing to write for a particular artist, what do you put into consideration before zeroing down on artist A as the perfect person to sing your song?
First of all, you have to understand the vocal, we call it. Okay, first of all, you have to identify the artist and their personality.
Yeah.
So the personality is so primary. Okay, it's like there are lines that you cannot drop for Rayman and Makula, but they can go with Spice Diana.
Yeah.
You get the point? Because they're different personalities. That's so important. And then, so then you look at the vocal line. You see, how are they good in highs? Are they good in lows? And then that's when you're considering the melody. Yes, and then of course the vocabulary. The vocabulary also has to do with who you're writing the song for.
Yeah.
That song that you did with Spice Diana, I think it's the one which has been nominated for Afrima Award, Body. But that particular song you're singing, you're both singing, but mainly you're doing There's some bit of Swahili, there's some bit of Uganda, there's some bit of Rinechitara. Yeah, I don't know which Rinechitara.
Nyankore, Chinyarwanda, yes.
Chinyarwanda, which brings me to the question: how many languages can you sing? How many languages can you sing? There's another song you did. Someone has just mentioned the audience.
I can do Swahili, Nyankore, Nyarwanda, Uganda, English. I was at Ginger for my A level, so I can do soca.
Okay.
Yeah, and I wrote a song in Swahili for Spice Dana and Zuchu. And when it was, so they had to present the song to Tanzania for the other person.
Yeah, Zuchu.
Yeah, so the producer sent back a message and asked, who wrote this?
Yeah.
Because they expected Diana to go with her Uganda. So when the radio called me and told me, no, we have to do Swahili. It's us to tap into their market, not them to come try to get to us.
Yeah.
So let's hit them with their Swahili. So we did the Swahili, our Swahili verses and the chorus. And when they heard that, they were like, yo, I think this is dope.
Yeah.
So the whole song was predicated on what we created from here.
Yeah.
So then lately, I feel I like it so much when I combine these languages. I have just learned how to blend them. It's not easy to have a Nyankore line in a Uganda. It's not.
It sounded really good. This record, buddy.
Yeah.
You know, when you are juggling languages and your wordplay, how you play around with the words. This brother right there is such a talent. I don't know about you guys. Yeah, but that's great stuff. But this is something that, when it comes to these languages, mostly language like Swahili, our Swahili is somewhat different from. It's like these Tanzanians have like deep Swahili.
Yeah, it's quite different. The way they do of course, Swahili is very wide. The Swahili.
So how do you able to grasp? How are you able to grasp these different languages?
Like I say, the Swahili at the coast is different from the Swahili in Nairobi.
Yeah.
Okay. The Swahili in Zanzibar is different from the Swahili in Nairobi.
Yeah.
Then it's different from the Swahili in Kampala. There's a Swahili that comes from Burundi. The Burundi has some kind of Swahili they speak. And there's the Swahili from Tanzania. It's quite a bit different. There are variations.
Okay.
You have to do what you can do. You are what you know. Yeah. If you are speaking English, you speak your English from your own tongue. If you want to speak like the African American, then it becomes weird. So like this Spice Diana song, what I had written was Upendo, upendo, upendo sio magic, ini upendo. Okay, so upendo sio juju, ini upendo. And then when they got there, they said no. They say ni upendo.
Okay.
So they said ni upendo. So they changed that. Yeah. So there's a difference.
All right, 2 questions. Then we shall be getting into another segment. Our next question. The name Nins Henry. Cool name. Nins. You're picking Nins from where?
From Ninsima. It's a Ninsima. I cut it short to N-I. Okay, the guys used to call me Nins in school.
Yeah.
But then, when you look at Nins, N-I-N-S, that doesn't read Nins, it reads Nins. But I loved the pronunciation. So I said, okay, let me replace S with C-E. For me to have that sound, just that. Yeah, so the short of Ninsima is Nins. But then, when you write it, it wouldn't come out as Nins. So then I just replaced it because I liked it.
It's a cool name. I think it's a cool stage moniker. All right, now you've worked with different people of different temperament. What has been your biggest lesson from the people you meet and those you worked with? Biggest life lesson.
Okay, that's good you talked about the temperaments. So we are constructed differently as human beings. I'm a personality psychologist. So we are represented by our own personalities as individuals, and they vary from individual to individual. So a highly extroverted person cannot act in the same way as a highly neurotic person, or a highly conscientious person, or a highly agreeable person, a highly open person. But you need to learn that there are differences among individuals. Challenges come when you fail to understand that. If you get to a room and there's someone who is highly noisy, it comes off irritating. You just need to understand that you should expect the difference among individuals. So, understand. A highly neurotic person would be so boring. They hate going out. They are highly introverted. They hate noise. They don't like to even talk. They're like yokes, and then you're like, yo, what's up? We have a life. Hey, come on, you go back home. But you need to understand. Now, me working with different people in an industry that is of people who are highly enthusiastic, it got me to learn about different people. And in the beginning, of course, I had challenges. I had challenges. I would feel. About 3 years ago, I took a personality test. After a course, a personality psychology course, I took a personality test that put me on a very average score in extroversion. I understand that extroversion is the dimension of positive emotions. It's enthusiasm and assertiveness. So, put me on an average. Then I understood myself, like, okay, so I'm not highly extroverted. So, but then it helped me to understand that, okay, so this is me, then that is the reason why I would not feel comfortable with someone
who's the opposite.
all over the place. I have been lucky that I educated myself on that. So, but there are differences in different. I remember the day there was a guy I worked with, Deliana, and it was around 2011. I think 2011. So we go to the studio, and she's having a vibe. She's in the studio, but you want Juliana to be so calm. But then when the music came on, she was lifted up and she started actually speaking. And then she took me out of the studio and she asked me some questions like, okay, so can we change the song to this and then? But before, I had come to the studio knowing this is the person who doesn't basically speak.
She actually has that character, very calm.
But it's different. Irene, is all vibes up.
Oh yeah.
It's time to work. Yeah, she's the person you would tell. You gotta be at the studio at 7 a.m. in the morning, and by 6:30 she's at the studio.
Finally, are there people you've given some of your music to sing your songs? And then they do and execute them. Let's imagine they are given paid, but you regret giving them your works. And then you're like, I wish I'd sung that song and giving it to this person.
Surprisingly, that has not happened with me.
Okay.
Because the way I work is different.
predicate the song on you, the artist.
Yeah.
So it's, for example, Chosen Becky. Okay. Then I know I'm writing a song for Chosen Becky because she came to me first. So all the arrangements have been done. So my focus is on you. I cannot go wrong.
Yeah.
So if an artist fails to execute your song, it's your fault.
Yeah.
As the writer. You failed. You failed to know their vocal range. You failed to execute that.
Yeah.
You took them on a wrong vocal range, so they failed.
I
You
guess that
understand?
is
And that normally comes with songwriters who simply sit down and write songs and then start looking for artists.
You know the demos.
Yes. I have this song, listen to it. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah. I love your approach that you follow through with your songs, you direct, arrangement, and how they execute it. And I think at the end of the day, both parties are able to, to be satisfied with the final product.
Because you do the approach.
Yeah.
It's terrible if you do the approach as a songwriter. I mean, like you were composing the song for who? Predicated on whose vocal range. You don't have anybody in the picture. So you're just doing a song. Then eventually, it's Vinka now.
Yeah.
Who has liked the song. In the studio, it's going to be different. But you can sit down. I think I'm lucky that I have established myself in the industry that by the time you think about masonry, then you know who you're going to, you know what you're going to get. So you come, and then it's a professional way of working.
Is this something that you built over time? Because I'm looking at an up-and-coming writer who is basically all over the place trying to see who they can work with. How was it for you when you were starting out? Oh man, all right, let's respond to this in 1 minute. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a very good question. The first time I wrote the first song, I was called by the studio. It was Dream Studio. So I had been introduced there. I went with Bebe I'd gone with Bebe the day before, and so I was introduced to the studio like, hey, this one is a writer, his name is Nate, by the people who want to read, including Bebe So my number was there. So they retained my number, my phone number. So after a week, I received a phone call. There's somebody here who needs help. So I went there, and this person actually paid me.
Okay.
So when I did what I did, it was on point. And since then, I think, that's why I say I was lucky, because people always come to me. I don't go to them.
You had a reference point.
Yes. But a young person who is trying to create a name, you definitely have to look for people to work with, and then you're going to have those challenges.
It's still Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Show some love one time, y'all. You're going to play us the letter.